What's going on, y'all? It's JSmo Reviews here, back at it again with another video. This time bringing you guys, as you can see by the title, the predictions for day 2 of URL's outside card. A little bit of a dry out in these battle rap streets, so kind of, when we end up with that, we end up with 3 predictions in a row. Just got to do our rounds, make sure that we cover all the major events coming out. But since it has been like that, I just want to let you guys know that we will have a Golden Years video coming out tomorrow. For those of you that know, Golden Years is one of the more intricate part of my series, or if you're new, you know what I'm saying, check the playlist. And you'll see what type of videos those are. I'm not going to say which battler it is, but just know that there will be a Golden Years coming to you guys tomorrow. So, with all the predictions, weather in the storm, got a little something nice here at the end of the week. But shorter little video here. The day 2 card is clearly a little bit lighter than the day 1 card. But quickly, just want to give my predictions on some of the thoughts of this battle and one great battle on the card. So without further ado, let's hop right into these outside day 2 predictions. So, starting out from the bottom of the card, first matchup to talk about is Snake Eyes versus Anderson Burris. This is a battle, definitely, I'm going to use my respectful language. It's an obscure matchup, you know what I'm saying? It's downright, we don't like this. That's what it is. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how, I don't get how this comes together on paper, momentum-wise, booking-wise. You got Snake Eyes, who had a polarizing, 2022 to say the least, and ended on a Tay-Rock battle that he apparently did pretty good in. So to go from that on the same name card a month later, end up on another outside card versus Anderson Burris, I just don't get that one whatsoever. This has really high potential to be a low-quality battle. I can't imagine the motivations for each other. I guess Anderson's approach is going to be out there. There's the recycling. There's tons of stuff to talk about with Snake. So maybe Anderson kind of is able to turn into a joking thing, even though his battle with Swave was not good. He had the little angle in the second about the cousin diss track. It was okay. He obviously spazzed out versus Dot. I don't know. I think Anderson could win this 2-1. I may have Anderson 2-1 just because I can't imagine. It's Snake's in a weird scenario where his actual content, I don't think is going to have much of an effect on Anderson in a weird way, and he's not going to angle towards him. I just don't know what he can create, and I guess, Anderson Burris obviously has more of a reference pool and stuff to talk about with Snake. I think people might want to hear that. It's a little easier to craft, so for that, I have Anderson 2-1 in a battle that's bizarre. But from there, we can go into Cortez versus Swervo. Pretty good vet given a shot matchup here. Cortez has always been good about that. Swervo is someone that is desperately in need of more plates. His light work versus Tay-Rock, especially his third round, should be showing of that. Good battler. Beat Dom Marino, who, it's not like Swervo's went out there and had a bad battle or anything yet. He just hasn't had opportunities. So it's good to see him get 3-round opportunity versus a respectable vet in this match. I do think that I have Cortez 2-1. In a debatable battle, though, I could see this going 2-1 either way just because Swerve is good. Obviously, when he's motivated, there's a lot of energy to it. In terms of 3-round consistency, obviously I got a lot of respect for Core. Always is able to bring a pretty solid 3. I don't see him choking or anything of that nature, so I see him coming with his good material. Obviously, kind of jabs at a consistent rate, so even if he's not landing bombs, he's going to have decent, line-for-line material. Swerve's a flippable name. I can just see Cortez doing good enough, and it's up to Swervo. I have it debatable because I have respect for it, but I haven't seen that breakout performance. But if Swervo breaks off to that next level and gets a clear win on Core, that's the type of step that moves you up the ranks in this game. From there, we can get into Danny Myers versus J2, the sequel. Danny Myers versus J2 for the second time, the rematch. If you guys did not know that they battled, actually had a pretty good battle, all things considered. The first time around. Now you get it the second time around. Obviously, it was booked before for a lot of the same reasons it's booked here. Danny is always willing to give smoke to any tier of battler. So there's, if J2 is going to get a vet, I guess, Danny stepping out twice makes sense. And secondly, there's just high energy here both ways. Obviously, J2 has that unique, kind of screaming pitch of the way he does it, while Danny has the, we all know how Danny Myers gets down. Should be a good battle. Don't know how stressed J2 will be for material, but being that this is on URL, he's obviously another one who hasn't gotten too many plates. He rose to the occasion as Prestavia plate, a battle I thought he was going to lose very, very clear. So it's not impossible here. Like the first time around, even the J2 brings great material and has debatable. Danny is, prone to these random random battles, Steams, Stewie Newton, other guys who are lesser known that have gotten the win on him. I will say this is the start of the year. He overworked. I can't even say overworked. I don't know. Danny, we all know how many battles Danny books per year at this point. I don't know if you count it as overworked or what, if he just keeps doing it. He likes it. But he's been busy, but this is his first battle to start the year. First battle in January. I think it is his first battle in January for him. I never know with Danny. Could be wrong about that. But with that being said, since it is his first lead off on a big league, I do have Danny winning this 2-1. I think J2 is going to get a good round. I don't think you get the craziest Danny material, but I think you get good Danny material and even somewhat near his peak or at the good level. If you get a good J2 and a good Danny is better. That's the way to, put it out. But respect to J2, definitely think he could win this battle, but I have to go with Danny 2-1 going in. And that leads us into the 2-on-2. And I'm not a fan of 2-on-2s randomly spiced into this into a card of 1-on-1s. I see 4 battlers here. So Flair, Soul, Foots, Chef Trez, none. All have useful ways to be used that isn't in this battle. I think Flair, Soul versus and Foots is good 2-on-2. Maybe throw it on double impact with other 2-on-2s or versus another, team doesn't seem as thrown together as Chef Trez and none. They've never been a team before, besides being like a Southern Alliance. It just seems like something that happened. They both battled on the Volume Civil War weekend. Now they're just teams. They're battling each other. I have Foots and Flair because they already have chemistry. As people know, I believe they've done 2-on-2s together, and they're actually tight in real life. So due to that, I'm gonna give them the battle on that 2-1, if not 3-0. But I just don't feel the need. I don't know why this battle was booked to begin with, personally. And that leaves us with the final 2 matchups, which all things considered have interesting components to them. Shotgun Shug versus Sheet happens to me as easily the battle of the night pick. This is easily the best battle on the day 2 card and rivals, some of the battles on the day 1 card. Just because Sheet is one of the better, in my opinion, possibly the most improved talent in battle rap in 2022. And he's just looking for more opportunities versus top tiers. Obviously, he faced JC within tournament constructs. And, he lost the judge vote, but I thought he had a good performance. Probably would have been debatable if it just went out to the masses regular without a judge vote. So really, he's been doing good things, becoming more comfortable in his style. The unorthodoxness, you're seeing a lot more haymakers and a lot less dead space. I thought he could get in fillery a little, lose you a little bit in the UM4 tournament. And now you look at the Trufo performance, you look at the Kid Chaos performance, and the JC performance, whether you have him winning or losing the battles, I think he's clearly shown improvement. And then he gets a Shug who's on fire. Shug having a bounce back year, really possibly the best year of his career in 2022. He's going to have his highest Champion of the Year placement by far. And unless you think maybe 2015, something pre-Champion of the Year constructs, I think Shug's always kind of battled inconsistency, but had a very consistent year in 2022. And now he comes in, kind of red hot. A battle he wants versus respectable talent Sheed. I think when you look at possibly the way some of Shug's matchups are lined up, he's called out Fonz, Easy, Hollow, and these are all battles that have the steam to get booked this year. He could have a crazier schedule and even a better 2023 than he did 2022, matched up with high-level opponents like this. And going in, while I have a lot of respect for Sheed, I think it's going to be a close battle, but I do have to go Shug 2-1. Got to respect the top tier who's been on his holding it down. In terms of putting together 2 consistent years back-to-back, that's going to be the next challenge for Shug. I think that's always kind of been, something a year off, year here. His app record and other things reflect that, but this looks like a new Shotgun Shug. This could be the best Shug that we've gotten, up to this point, just in terms of his career. So I see him taking everything he's learned in this setting, probably maybe middle stage setting, which I think is great for Shug too. He just has too much confidence, man. So Sheed could win, but I have to go with Shotgun Shug 2-1 in my easy battle of the night pick. So got a lot to talk about with that one. And then you get into the main event where we get Tay Rock versus Stumbles. It's just tough because I love Rock coming out and giving shots. I don't want this behavior to stop. Mixing some of the top tiers with some of the middle tiers, lower tier guys, obscure matchups. But I will say, if you're going to come out for Stumbles and Snake Eyes to get those shots over Real Sick or Mike P, you know what I mean? There's just battles, Bill Collector and Rock. I just think that there is not the Bill Collector's mid tier. I'm not going to play him like that. But if you're going to take matchups that aren't necessarily just the blockbusters, I just felt like there was better options out there than Stumbles. But with that being said, Tay Rock 3-0, respect to Stumbles. He has qualities, I think if we give him time to develop, he can be a good battler in the league, and if he takes it serious. But inconsistencies, and even when he doesn't choke, while he has good material just on paper, there's a severe lack of round structure and pacing, and he just isn't there yet as a battler really to get this plate, kind of promote, talk trash his way into it, and that's good. You know what I'm saying? Respect to him getting his brand this far. I gotta respect that. So there's no disrespect to that, but I just see a mismatch here. We are going to get 3 Tay-Rock rounds. Maybe Stumbles does the impossible and shock us. We had a lot of upsets in 2022, so maybe that continues with what would easily be the biggest upset yet, even compared to the ones in 2022. But I do have Tay-Rock, 30ing Stumbles in the main event. So that is going to do it here for my outside day 2 predictions. A little more condensed, like I said. Just want to make sure I get everything predicted before it comes out. And by the way, as a part of Let's Talk Battle Rap staff, we will have, a little article, a little piece for you guys coming out before the event. So keep on the lookout for that, to happen with Let's Talk Battle Rap. Also, shout out to my guy Titus. Also, Let's Talk Battle Rap released the Radar, our series, very similar to Book'em, where we give top 5 matchups for an opponent. Did a version for Murda Mook. So, all that, check it out on the Let's Talk Battle Rap Twitter. Always posting articles and updating the community. And as well as tune in tomorrow. Like I said, a Golden Years video will be coming out tomorrow. So for those of you that like the more history-based, the little more in-depth series, just keep an eye out, and I got a treat for you all tomorrow. But these are all the predictions. Like I said, I like the day 1 card better than the day 2 card. Day 2 card isn't, bad, but I do think that there is some clear flaws here in the booking. But day 1 is so good. When you get it all together, it's just a lot of good battles, some more obscure matchups, and overall love the outside concept and what URL is doing with it. But it's been J Smo Reviews again, y'all. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know your favorite takes on the day 2 card for outside, and I'm gonna catch you on the next one. Peace.